Hello everyone, Johnny Hurricane here from GamersHeroes.com, and today we will be going over 10 things you'll want to know before starting Assassin's Creed Valhalla. Let's get started. First and foremost, the skill tree and skill-aligned gear. I know this skill tree is huge, but there's something really important, and that is the way of the bear, the way of the raven, and the way of the wolf. Each of these mentions that they help you with a certain type of gear: raven-aligned gear, bear-aligned gear, or wolf-aligned gear. If you go into your gear, you will notice that each one of them has an icon up in the top there, red being the bear. So basically, if you put a point into the way of the bear in your skill tree, your armor and weapons that are bear-related will be improved. Same goes for the wolf, which is the blue one, and of course the raven, which is the frickin' bird, which is the yellow one. You can respec for free, so feel free to test it out, but that is important to know when building a set. Tip number 2, explosive arrows, the incendiary powder trap. This is a skill you should prioritize as soon as you get to England because it is going to make things much easier for you. The skill itself is found here on the map in Grantbridge Shire in this Walden area. Get it, and basically it removes the need for red barrels. As long as you have adrenaline, you can use this arrow to break those weak walls. You've definitely seen one by now. And this makes things just a lot easier when it comes to dealing with those. Speaking of adrenaline and skills, you get more adrenaline through the skill tree. So if you were curious, that's how you do it. It's not that deep, but you're not going to see it right away. And there's one in each tree. You will find one in the red tree. You will find one in the yellow tree. There's also one in the blue tree, but obviously I have not done much of the blue tree, but there is one there as well. Next, we'll talk about how to disable alarms. You used to have to walk up to them and press triangle or interact or whatever. Now, you just have to shoot them down. This means you can do that from range, or you can just wait until a guy catches you and starts running towards it, and then shoot it down before he rings it, which is always a good time because he kind of panics. Charisma is a stat that isn't exactly explained, but you get it pretty quickly as long as you do the little rap battles, the fleeting or whatever it's called. Charisma comes into play during certain conversations, and basically it allows you to either avoid fighting, get a higher reward, or get a little bit more info without actually having to go do something else for the quest giver. So if the opportunity for flighting arises, be sure to do it so you can get more charisma and avoid doing some of the busy work. Raiding is kind of a big thing in Assassin's Creed Valhalla, and I imagine you know how to do it from the river, but if you want, you can also do it from land. What I'm saying is you can get off your boat, go and weaken the guards of a monastery or a sanctuary or whatever, and then after that, as long as they have access from the water, you can start the raid by blowing your horn, hold down on the D-pad. Now, it doesn't have to be just a monastery. You could be an enemy camp. It doesn't matter. As long as it's a hostile area and there is access for your boat, you can call your guys in to come help you. Docks are very important in Assassin's Creed Valhalla, and probably not for reasons you're thinking, but they act as a lot of the fast travel points in the game. There are, obviously in main cities, there are still the towers, but not every city has a fast travel point. Most cities have a dock though. As we can see here in this area alone, there is one traditional fast travel point and 4 docks. My point, obviously as illustrated here, go find the docks because you can fast travel to them and it's going to save you a lot of time. Once Rita arrives in your village, your homestead, speak with him and you will see that you can use your opals to buy exotic equipment. So he will have 2 new dailies and then a 3rd quest every 3 days. Highly recommend doing those because each of those will give you opals. You get 5 per daily, and then the 3-day one will give you 20, I believe. So if you stick to it, you will be able to buy some of the superior gear from him eventually. Another thing to watch out for is the thatch windows inside hamlets. They're also glass windows, but these ones, as I said, basically just look like this. They are thatch and they are breakable by, you can hit them with your axe if you get up there, but mostly you will be breaking them with your bow. They can be a little tricky to get inside for some reason, but it works. You can climb through them. Sometimes it's perfect. Other time you gotta, see right there, it was perfect. But sometimes you gotta fiddle with it a bit. And here is, you can break stained glass windows as well. And for the last tip, there is an advanced assassination skill that will allow you to kill higher level targets in one shot, assuming you successfully get the minigame done. If you fail, naturally the enemy will just attack you and you won't kill them in one shot. The skill itself is in the yellow tree. It's not that far down there. You'll be able to get to it pretty quickly. However, there is also an option in the actual options that will allow you to basically just kill everybody in one shot with an assassination. This kind of harkens back to the old Assassin's Creed. They say it's not the way they want you to play, but you're the one playing it, not them, so if you want to turn it on, go for it. Alright, there you have it. Those are 10 things I wish I had known before I started Assassin's Creed Valhalla. If you liked what you saw, got what you needed, like, comment, subscribe. See you guys in the next video. Later, Gators.